You must be the stranger I've been hearing about. So the word came down from the Elder that... If you must know, my inventory check this week shows that... If you...
Welcome to the range. Torres must be getting desperate if she's accepting help on this one. I'll tell you what I told her. My records show that Initiate Stanton was the last to check it out, but checked it back in a day later.
Yes, can I help you? Oh, man. I told Watkins this wasn't going to work. Look, Watkins and I snuck out one day. She said it'd be a training exercise. Said she heard from a guy on one of the patrols that there was a gulch just southeast of here with scorpions in it, and that there were scorpions out there all right. We started using them for target practice, but before we knew it, the damn things were... So we made a run for it, and in all the commotion, I dropped my pistol. Watkins keeps urging me to go back and get it, but that's not going to happen. You can go outside though, can't you? You can return the pistol to Torres and clear this whole thing up for me. Oh, I sort of altered the records after we got back. That was Watkins' idea, too. That girl is nothing but trouble. Still, I haven't been exiled yet, or worse, assigned to latrine cleaning duty. But I will if you don't help me find that gun. No, weapon checking protocol includes verifying the serial number of the weapon. Plus, having a new gun suddenly show up would immediately point to you. No. The only way I have out of this is if you help me find that gun. You'll help me, right? Great. When you find it, just turn it into Torres and I'll be in the clear.
So you've been talking to Hardin, eh? He's been looking for a way to usurp McNamara ever since the lockdown started. Don't get me wrong, he's a good man. But Elder McNamara has done all right by us. If it weren't for him, none of us would have survived at Helios. I'll tell you what I told Hardin. There have been only a few cases of elders being dismissed from their posts in the Brotherhood's history. And those involve crimes that someone like Elder McNamara is just not capable of. You can look it up for you. I'll grant you access to that portion of the history section of our data store. See Senior Scribe Ibsen about accessing it. I'm sure someone's told you all this before. Several years back, we were running our chapter out the Helios 1 solar power station. Our elder at the time, Elijah, had some kind of obsession with the place, which is the only... That place was hardly defensible, and we knew the NCR was moving in on us, but the elder... We never found out what he needed time for. Wave upon... We held out for a time, but we were grossly outnumbered, and they had more men than we had ammo. Eventually, Elder Elijah was nowhere to be found, so McNamara took charge and led what remained of us. We lost a lot of men and women, but we broke through and made it here. Make no mistake. Later.
I can understand how the man might be frustrated by the current situation. He's a take-charge sort of fellow. Standing around's not his strong suit. I myself often wish we could end this interminable stasis and begin moving forward again.
Some special squad of rain.
That's an old principle that's been around since the Brotherhood was founded. It basically means that you have... It's pretty much common sense, but it gets invoked a lot when people get... If you're curious, I'll give you access to the data store entry on it. You'd probably... Later.
I could hardly call myself head paladin if I didn't. It's one of the first things every initiate learns when they start training. What about it? I could be wrong, but I think that's a dead end. McNamara's always followed orders, and we've been incommunicado since fleeing Helios. Second part, what are you talking about? That is the standard procedure, yes. For example, McNamara gives orders to head scribe Taggart, who then... I wasn't aware that failing to do so was punishable, however. Interesting. If we can just find an instance where McNamara went around someone and gave orders to their subordinates, we'll have him. It's a travesty is what it is. Every second we sit on our hands down here is another second that we're not fulfilling our sworn... It's not that I dislike the Elder, but I strongly disapprove of his current style of leadership. We're safe, yes, but at what cost? After lifting the lockdown, the first thing I'd do is send scouts out to recon the area. We need to know what's going on out there. Next, I'd resume patrols in the near vicinity, and begin sending search teams out to the... It's standard procedure when a chapter relocates to an area. But standard procedure wasn't our last Elder's stop. Elijah was a strange one. His even becoming Elder was highly questionable, seeing as how he was a scribe. But an exception was made in his case on account of him being a genius. Unfortunately, trying to defend Helios was a blunder of the worst kind. And many brothers, many of the senior paladins, myself included, we never did find out exactly what he was talking about. When the perimeter was... Helios was the worst goddamn action I've seen in a long, long career of fighting. Yes, I know the loss of the patrols has weighed heavily on his mind for some time. He took it very personally when they first... That was when I first began to seriously question his ability to lead us. A commander has to be able to deal with... It's strange that he would ask you to find mission discs on them, however. The missing paladins were all on standard patrol. Only brothers sent on special assignments are given mission discs. If you should find any on the lost patrol...